Well, hey, it's time to get started. Now, I'm your host, Bill Mackintosh. So let's just check in here and make sure that you indeed do hear me. So let me know in the chat, do you hear the sound of my voice? Do you hear my voice right now? Okay, good. Okay, looks like it's coming through. I'm seeing lots of comments there. Okay, awesome. Well, cool. Well, it's time to get started. We have a great presentation lined up for you here. And we're going to be talking all about e-commerce, and particularly e-commerce related to Amazon. That's going to be the main focus of this particular presentation. And I've got a couple of brilliant guests I'm going to introduce to you in a second. But Amazon is something that I have been incredibly interested in, and I've seen people have some amazing success listing products, selling hundreds and thousands of products a day even, and sometimes I see people doing it and it looks so easy, and I watch them effortlessly making all this money. And then I see other people trying to sell on Amazon really struggling with it. So it's always perplexed me as to why is that? Why do some people have such huge success listing products on Amazon and making tons of money and others struggle? And I've seen two radically different stories about this. And then also something very interesting happened recently. There was a huge shakeup, a major change within the way Amazon products work and how you can list products and sell products on Amazon. And in some ways it got very easy, and especially for those who want to do things ethically and do them right, it's actually opened the door for us to get in and have some of that really easy success by selling great products, and to do it in a way that is not hard, it is not expensive, and can be done by literally anyone. The cool thing, the best thing I think of all about selling on Amazon in the way that you're about to learn is that it doesn't take a website. It doesn't take any kind of particular additional internet skills. It doesn't even take traffic generation because Amazon takes care of all of that for you. So we're going to talk about how to actually sell on Amazon today, cash in, and make huge profits without all the headaches and hard work and trouble that I see other sellers to get into. So we're going to talk about a specific strategy that really, really works well today. And the guys I'm going to bring on, it's actually two guys that are geniuses when it comes to Amazon. And it's Ryan and Daniel are their names. And they are frequently recognized as two of the world's foremost authorities. They're innovators when it comes to selling on Amazon. And combined, they've been involved in building and growing over 25 different physical product brands, so 25 different product brands with over 200 different products through the Amazon platform in 5 different countries. 200 products sold throughout 5 different countries, many of which have gone on to become #1 bestsellers. And that is huge. To get an actual #1 bestseller in a major category, that's millions of dollars in revenue on a single product. Crazy numbers in profit. Now, Daniel has hired over 150 people to work in his Amazon business. So we're talking about, a large Amazon business that they have created together. And he's the CEO of the company co-owned by Ryan. So they have a company together. They have over 50 employees currently in 11 different countries, with the sole focus of doing nothing but selling on Amazon. Now, Ryan and Daniel have both been featured in media such as the BBC, Entrepreneur Magazine, Forbes, and they've even had a 30-minute documentary featuring Daniel's early successes as an entrepreneur. That was actually aired on primetime national television. Pretty darn cool. So Ryan and Daniel are highly sought after. They're consultants to businesses that want to grow and expand their e-commerce presence on Amazon, and companies pay them big bucks to work with them and do that. And I've got them here now. What they're going to do is they're going to be walking you through their strategy of what works now and how you can easily and quickly get a product listed on Amazon, ramp up your sales, and have essentially autopilot revenue coming in. And once you've got it set up, you just maintain your listing, you just do what they're going to show you how to do, and you can have a product selling an amazing number of sales every single day, day in, day out. It's pretty cool stuff. So, Ryan, Daniel, over to you.
Thank you so much, Bill. We greatly appreciate that. Guys, we are so excited to be here today, and we're going to be talking about how Amazon as you knew it is dead. You see, today we're going to discuss how you can take advantage of the new blue ocean of opportunity to build a seven-figure business selling super simple physical products. Like Bill mentioned, my name's Ryan Quasson. I'm on the left. My business partner, Daniel Audenson's on the right. And I just want to give you a mercifully brief introduction. We've sold millions and millions of dollars on Amazon. We've been regarded as the #1 go-to leaders in the e-commerce space. We've launched over 100 best-selling physical products, and we've consulted on 80-plus additional product brands. We run multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses, and most importantly, for the past 4+ years, we've been laser-focused on building Amazon e-commerce businesses. And because of that, we've also been featured in major media publications, like Bill mentioned, the BBC, Forbes, Entrepreneur, Huffington Post, as well as the documentary made around Daniel's early success. Here's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how we've generated over $1 million in sales in just 30 days on Amazon. How we've generated up to $158,296 in just a 24-hour period on one Amazon account. And how we've taught others to do the same. Folks like Monica and Dan, who've generated $123,140 in just a 1-month period. Or folks like John, who are able to generate $201,870 in just 12 months. By doing things completely differently, here's what you're going to discover: how we've done over 8 figures in product sales on Amazon by doing the opposite, the exact opposite of what everyone else is talking about. How to start making money without having to spend tons of money on inventory. How to create products with an edge and then systematically scale them from $5 a day to $50 a day to $500 a day and beyond. How to rescue dead and struggling listings, accelerating them from a mere trickle of sales to hundreds of sales daily in less than 30 days. So I just want to make sure you're in the right place. If you are just starting out and looking for a proven way to generate large, consistent monthly income working from home, this is for you. If you're already selling physical products on Amazon and you want to increase your sales and your profits, this is for you. If you want to create time and financial freedom, this is for you. If you're tired of jumping from shiny object to shiny object and want to finally build something real and long-lasting, this is for you. So why is this so important right now? You see, most Amazon stuff you've learned is dead wrong. Amazon has recently made a lot of changes, and most sellers are completely clueless to what is actually working right now. Too many people focus on the usual suspects: traffic, ranking, reviews, conversions, all of these other usual things. And while they contribute to your success, the secret to success on Amazon right now is a simple formula of E plus I times C equals infinity. Look, Amazon can no longer be ignored. This company has grown absolutely massively, and you can see here in this bar graph that in the last 12 months, 2016, they generated over $100 billion in sales. You can no longer afford to not be on Amazon. And that's partially because retail is dying an incredibly slow death. Stores like Payless just closing 1,000 stores. Radio Shack 552, The Limited 250. These are massive companies, and they're continually shutting things down because of all the business going online. In fact, so much so that American consumers, for every new dollar that they spend online, over half 53 cents of every dollar is going directly to Amazon. That's absolutely insane, and it's just going to continue to grow. Folks like Mark Cuban, the notorious billionaire owner of the Dallas Mavericks and Shark Tank phenomenon, has said that Amazon is the greatest company in the world. Something though that most people don't know is Amazon has changed dramatically. But the good news is it's now easier than ever to build a 6- or 7-figure business on Amazon. But there are a few things that you need to know. And my business partner Daniel is going to walk you through these just here in a moment.
Yeah, hey everyone, and Ryan, if you could let me know when you see my screen, I'd appreciate it.
You're good.
Awesome. So yeah, have you ever found building a business online to be overly complicated despite the fact that everyone says it's easy? I know exactly how you feel because I used to feel the same way. And in fact, I think we might have more in common than you think. So let me tell you a little story. We like to call this my tale of woe. And it's because it starts in a very distant and remote place in Iceland. And as you can see from this picture, it's really cold and dark outside, like in the winter time, mostly. It's a pretty, that's depressing place, I'd say. So I grew up on a remote farm in Iceland. This is, these pictures is where the farm is at. And I never knew anyone that made any money online. English wasn't my first or even second language, and my online journey started in my college dorm room at 23 years of age, and I had no more than $1,000 to my name. I had struggle after struggle when I got started, and I couldn't even set up a bank account so I could sell physical products on Amazon. Instead, my only option was to start selling Kindle books because Amazon would not mail me a check. Because Amazon would mail me a check, and it actually took like 30 to 60 days for that check to arrive because Amazon would send it, via post B or really like snail mail. It would go on like a ship all the way to Iceland, and literally it could take up to 60 days. But at least I could, cash that check at the bank and get paid. And another challenge was I'm not a good writer, and my English was quite honestly pretty bad. So all of my friends and family thought I was really crazy that I wanted to do this. And keep in mind that, no one knew anyone that made any money online. So they really thought that was a crazy idea too. And probably like they thought it wasn't even possible. But I knew I had to make some sacrifices if I was going to make my vision a reality. And I only really had two options. And option number one was that I could quit and give up because things were becoming difficult and it felt like everything was against me and everyone, didn't believe in me or what I wanted to do. But this was 100% chance of failure, and this would cost me my dream. Option number two was I could roll up my sleeves and do whatever it took to reach the vision that I had for my life, which was, very different to what, the kind of life other people around me were living. I didn't want to have a 9-to-5 job. I wanted actual freedom in my life, and I wanted, financial freedom and security. I wanted to live life on my own terms and more things like that. And I'm happy to say that I decided to do whatever it took. So I decided on option number two. And I dropped out of college only 1 month before getting my bachelor's degree in psychology. It's like a 3-year study, and I was about to graduate, but I dropped out because it didn't feel right. It didn't feel congruent with who I wanted to be. And I didn't really want to get that degree. I wanted to actually do something different. I wanted to follow this dream of mine. And, so I decided to do this, and that was made everyone think I was even more crazy, but I really, wanted to put myself basically into a corner, my back into a corner, so I really had to fight my way out and figure this out. Like I wanted to put that pressure on myself to just have to do whatever it took to make this work. And I decided that no matter what I had to do to succeed, I would do it. And at that point, I basically locked myself in a room for 12 months, and I fully dedicated myself to reaching my goals. That decision and commitment has totally changed my life, and I'm so glad that I had the courage to take that calculated risk. And even though I barely had any money and I was struggling to get by, I was in debt because I had to take student loans to study, and I had to, live on my own in a different place from where I grew up and things like that. And English was my third language. It was much worse than it is today. I had no list, no reputation, and really no experience. But I finally had a breakthrough. And this picture is from the very room that I got started in. And this is my room at my parents' place in Iceland at the farm. And, this picture means a lot to me because it reminds me of, where I started and where I came from. And there's a couple of interesting things in this picture I want to point out because I think, you're going to find it pretty interesting. Next to the monitor, you can actually see three products there. And these are the very first products I ever sold on Amazon. The one that's like closest to the camera there is the very first one I sold. Above the monitor, you can see my very first ever vision statement is something I printed out and I put, up there above the monitor for inspiration and to just keep me going. And it says that I have started making over $25,000 per month in May 2013. And I actually, really reached that goal a lot faster than I expected, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. Next to it, you can also see I printed out a quote by one of my heroes, Muhammad Ali, and this is really just to give me, motivation and inspiration because no one around me believed in me and no one supported me. Everyone literally thought I was going crazy because I was in my room all day, all night, just working. So, of course, I started questioning myself too, like, am I really crazy to believe that I can do this? Is this actually, reality? And then you can also see my favorite quote of all times. It's still my favorite quote, and this is, "Fortune favors the bold." I really believe you have to be quite bold or brave in some ways. You need to take a risk. You need to take a chance on something to be successful or have any kind of fortune that's beyond, just kind of regular life. So my breakthrough moment, I realized that if I studied real marketing like crazy and implemented it to selling Kindle books, once I could sell physical products, I'd be able to apply all of that knowledge there. And I really believed that the day would come where I could actually sell on Amazon. So I sought out experts that had years of experience and were doing well outside of just selling how to make money online information. And I decided to commit to real marketing instead of gimmicks, hacks, or trying to game Amazon. And I decided to avoid shiny objects and focus on what I knew would be a success. And to me, that was, if I could just master selling physical products on Amazon, I'd have, a wonderful, huge opportunity in my hands because, of course, I realized if I could actually learn how to just sell on Amazon successfully, it must be a massive opportunity because Amazon is the largest store in the world and it's growing like crazy. They're innovating like crazy. And it must be a really cool thing to get into, to sell on Amazon. It must be a massive, massive opportunity. I realized that. It just had to be. So I had to just learn how to do this right. And finally, the day I'd been waiting for came. I remember it like it was yesterday, and it actually gives me goosebumps thinking about it still, because I was now able to sell physical products on Amazon. And so I scraped together $268 for my first order of a health-related product, and the next thing I knew, I was in business. Here's actually a photo of that first order. You can see in the top right-hand corner there that I placed this order on December 7th, 2012. And I ordered 60 units and I paid $268 for this. You can see that at the bottom there. So I took everything I've been learning with Kindle and applied this to my new physical product. And the results blew me away. Those first units sold out in a matter of a few days, literally. And within a few short months, I was generating over $78,000 a month in revenue. And it quickly grew from there, giving me the ability to travel the world, take care of my family, and live on my own terms. I think back, and I'm so grateful that I made that decision sitting there in my college dorm room when everything seemed like it was stacked against me. And in this screenshot, you can actually see how I went from doing $1,969 in my first month to $78,917 in just 4 months. You can see how this just exploded, this business for me. And it all came from that initial investment of $268. When this happened, I really didn't know, what caused this. kind of result to happen, because obviously it's quite incredible that this is actually possible. And it is possible on Amazon. But, I kind of attributed this to different things. I didn't really know what happened so much. I mean, I had some skills. I'd learned quite a lot with Kindle at this point. But, part of me felt like I was, some kind of genius or something like that. And didn't really know what happened to me. But later on, now I've sold on Amazon for, 4.5 years, and I've come to really understand what was the reason why this happened. And when this happened to me, right away, it was largely due to luck. I chose the right product. That was the secret. That was really the reason why I was so successful, is that I chose the right product. But I was kind of lucky to actually choose such a great product and actually tap into a fantastic opportunity on Amazon right away. Maybe it was my intuition, partially, something like that, but it was also, a lot of luck. But since then, because I've come to realize that the real secret to success on Amazon, major success on Amazon, is simply choosing the right product. So during the last 4.5 years, we have really perfected that system, like how to actually choose the right product every single time. And it's become that good right now that we can actually choose products that will be successful every single time. It is like a science. It's possible to choose a product that is a fantastic opportunity and actually source the perfect product basically every single time. It's just a certain science. It's not complicated. You can actually look at everything you need to understand whether or not something will be successful. And that's really the secret to success. And I'm going to actually show you how we do this on this webinar so you can actually do it as well. It is simpler than you would think. And it just took off from there. So in this screenshot, I think it's really cool because it shows the difference since yesterday in terms of the revenue and just how my revenues were exploding. In this day, when I took the screenshot, I had already done $7,567 in sales, and this was April 13, 2013, so almost exactly 4 years ago today. But again, you can see when you look at the red line that the day before that, I only did $3,329 in sales, and my business was just exploding. It was just an incredible experience. But enough about me, and let's get into the system now and how this applies to you, because I really want to provide a ton of value for you here, because I really appreciate that you showed up to this webinar. So I'm going to show you something really cool and amazing here, something extremely valuable and powerful and profitable. And here's how that works. Here's how the system works. First, I want to mention the 5 steps to success on Amazon. There's really 5 steps, and we've honed this and perfected this into an absolute craft. Selling on Amazon has become the most reliable it has ever been. It's extremely reliable right now because the system has become so good. And these are the steps. Step number 1 is find your winner, and that's what I'm really going to show you in depth here, because that's really the most important step. That's like the key. You have to choose the right product to sell. If you choose the right product to sell, the rest is cake. The rest kind of takes care of itself. Of course, it still matters what you do after that, and it will dramatically impact your results. It will dramatically impact how quickly, for example, you can get that product to become a best-selling product. This is really when the results you have are just insane, just like what you just saw in those screenshots. That's what happens when you have a bestseller. But the key first is to choose the right product, because you can't really get to that point unless you're selling into the right opportunity. So step number 1 is really the key to everything else. Then step number 2 is to source what we like to call a hybrid product with edge. So this is different to traditional private labeling because it doesn't take 30 days to wait for the product to be made. In fact, it doesn't take 1 day. It's already there. You just got to basically source it a certain way. I'll show you how to do this. And you do not have to basically, put in any like minimal investment. You could even start with 1 product. So the barrier to entry is completely gone when you do a hybrid product. And I'll show you how you can actually do a hybrid product and how this is done on this webinar as well. And then you want this product to have edge, which means that it has something special, something that makes people choose your product. It makes your product convert, in the way you want it to, for what you're actually focusing on. And I'll show you how this all works during this webinar. Step number 3 is you build a data-driven Amazon asset to really hone in on what you did in step number 1 and step number 2. So this is like the bridge into actually doing the next 2 steps, which will make you a bestseller. And step 4 is to actually launch the product with a proven formula so that it starts getting daily sales from day 1, and that never stops. It actually grows. And step number 5 is you measure and optimize the product to eventually become a best-selling product on Amazon. And that really takes you into a completely different dimension as a seller than any other sellers. Even starting with step 1, you're in a different league, but step number 5 is really going to take you into the, very, very small 0.01% of sellers on Amazon or less. Just no one does this. So first off, and you may already know this, but if not, then I just want to make sure you understand what our business model is, and it's private label selling on Amazon, meaning we create our own brands of physical products and sell them first and foremost on Amazon. And this is quick and easy, especially when I show you how we do this with our hybrid methodology. And this is the perfect way to launch new products and brands. Plus, create a highly valuable asset quickly that you can sell for large multiples. So the brand that you will create in the process, because it is on Amazon, and Amazon has so much authority and trust, it's very easy to sell this if you want to. This is the perfect kind of online business to sell, and we've helped multiple people do this as well as doing it ourselves. And we'll show you, for example, one example case study of someone we helped actually do this, sell their business in a life-changing manner, just a little bit later here on this webinar. But it's really just the perfect business to build online if you want to sell it for, high multiples. So you get a really nice paycheck when you sell the business. There's more reasons, though, why this business model. Well, it really is an extremely profitable business model when you do it right, and that obviously is extremely important. Why would you bother building a business that's not going to be very profitable? That doesn't make sense. That's not a good decision. So this business model, when you do it right, is 100% very extremely profitable, and you will never build this business so it's not profitable and not very profitable if you do it right. It's also extremely reliable because the system we have, at least crafted, is very scientific and data-driven. So you can't really mess it up. You can't really make mistakes. It will work because we can actually identify proven opportunities and tap into them quickly and reliably. Amazon is the largest and most trusted online store in the world, and it's about welcoming you as a seller. To me, that is honestly the biggest opportunity for making money online that I have ever seen. It basically must be, because it's the biggest store in the world. Amazon is the greatest company probably ever made, in my opinion. Scalable and easy to replicate results over and over again, plus build a team, so a real business. So yeah, because of the way this works, when you do it right, it's really scalable and it's easy to replicate the results over and over again. Plus, to me, the coolest reason is you can actually build a team in a real business. So meaning you can put the systems and processes in place and hire the right people to actually run the business for you. So you are the owner of the business. You're not just like an employee inside of your own business. You actually own it as a true entrepreneur, and the business grows on its own. That gives you the ultimate financial and lifestyle freedom that you could want. And that's really what makes it extremely worthwhile long-term to build and run this business. So let me show you how you can find your winner. This is step number 1 of this process. And again, the key to everything that comes after this. And the key to really success on Amazon, this is the one, maybe seemingly not so critical step that most sellers mess up. This is the main reason why people do not find success on Amazon, because if you do this right, finding success on Amazon should be easy. It should just come naturally because you have the right thing to sell, and it just, it's just like the right thing at the right time at the right place, and you just get an avalanche of seller traffic on Amazon because you're, doing the right thing. And this is what happened to me, with my first product. It's you saw how incredibly powerful that is. That's just unbelievable how that works. So how to know with 100% certainty that the product you source will be successful? Well, we have a very unique methodology for testing product opportunities with Amazon ads for validation. We will literally test selling the product on Amazon and get 100% clear, real life and current data on the conditions for selling this product so you can make educated decisions. We literally have Amazon tell us whether or not we should source any given product. So there's no more guessing. This approach is not guesswork. It's not hoping that something will work, and it's certainly not scrambling to figure out how to sell our product after we've already sourced it. This is really what most sellers do. What every other approach to selling on Amazon that I've seen teaches you how to do. It's like scrambling to figure out how to make the product work because you just chose a product basically at random. You just looked at some surface level data, or you utilized some supposedly like high level fancy tool like Jungle Scout or something like that to identify an opportunity, and you chose to source a product based on that. But here's some news. That's just like guessing, because that data, that all of that is based on, if you look at it yourself, just look at products on Amazon, on the store, or if you utilize the tools, they're all, like the tools are just using surface level data that's inaccurate, and it's just helping identify potential opportunity. It's not, in my opinion, ever good enough to actually make a decision to commit to a product and invest time and energy and money into a new product when you don't know more than that about it, because it could be wrong. There could be a ton of competition. There could be all kinds of problems. You don't even looked at the most important factors, which I'll show you here. So you got to look at a lot more than that to make a really good decision and make sure that this is going to be a success. So our approach is really like science. We will know for absolutely certain our product will be successful, but not only that, also exactly how successful, meaning how profitable every day, every week, every month, every year, and exactly what we're going to have to do in terms of promoting this product to get it to make that kind of profit. And we know this before we make the decision to source the product. And here's how to do this. First, it's all about search terms. It's so important that you understand this. It's all about search terms. From idea to conception, we take a very simple and easy to implement data-driven approach. All decisions from what to buy and how to sell it are based on raw hard data, so you can take the guesswork out of the process. Search term data tells us exactly what people want. Amazon is a search engine, so while there's other things too, like an e-commerce store and things like that, and an innovator, it's first a search engine because everything starts with a search. So your job when choosing a product is to understand search, meaning you need to really identify what people are typing in. You need to identify searches or search terms that are really, really good, great opportunities right for the picking, because not all search terms are created equal. Some search terms are highly competitive. Some search terms, sorry, it's kind of a tongue twister here, are just not very valuable. Some search terms don't have a lot of buyers, but a lot of traffic. So you've got to find search terms that have high value, they have a lot of buyers, and they are ripe for the picking for you. So you have to find the right search terms, and that's where it starts. Then you can look at what kind of product should you source to sell through those high-value search terms you just identified. Because that's not, like, you may have multiple options on what to sell. You may be able to create something that's more attractive than anything else people are finding through the search and get visible and really become the product for the product offer of choice through the search. That's how you really win. That's how you dominate. That's how you stay number one, for example. When someone searches for something, you remain ranked because you really are the most attractive option, and you're laser targeted towards the people coming through those searches. And it's just a handful of searches that you need. For any product, less than 20% of the searches are going to, search terms available to you are going to deliver 80% of the results. So we need to identify that. Then it becomes easy. And your job becomes a lot less, or I should say a lot more hassle-free. It becomes very easy and simple and not overwhelming at all and things like that. So we find search terms that we know will work via Amazon ads. And we find, we find the search terms that we know will work, and we find them via Amazon ads, or as it's otherwise known as sponsored ads. And I'll show you how to do this. Then we will source a product to match what Amazon is telling us, so to match those search terms we identified. And then we will actually market and promote that product to match those search terms that we found as well. Everything is one linear structured approach, super laser targeted, so that everything becomes very easy. It becomes, totally aligned. And we're really, it's just like if you put, you put a lot of energy into one thing, it really becomes so much more effective. That's just the way it works. You put a looking glass at the sun, and the sunbeam becomes magnified. That's how you can actually turn something on fire. It's like that, right? So it's the more you can focus in on something and the right thing, the more effective you'll be, and the quicker you'll get the results you're after. So that's really important as well. So here's the 7-step process. It's actually a 7-step process to identify this winner. Here are the steps, and I'll show you each step in more detail so you can actually go ahead and do this right after the webinar. You can actually go ahead and find a sure winner on Amazon. Step number 1 is you find product IDs. Step number 2 is you think of potential search terms. Step number 3 is you create a basic listing. Step number 4 is you buy 5 units or so and shape them into FBA. Step number 5 is you run Amazon ads with 5 to 10 search terms. And step number 6 is you evaluate the data after about 7 days. Step 7 is you pick the winner. So steps 1 and 2, these are very, very simple. First, you simply have to do something to identify some products that you want to look at further. It could be like simply scouring Amazon to identify products that you're excited about, something that looks exciting or interesting. Or it could be something else. You could, right now look around you, and maybe there's some products around you that you find interesting. Maybe you know someone that likes something, or maybe you like something in general that is interesting. Maybe you have a hobby, maybe something that your mom loves, or your sister loves, or some of your friends love. It could be anything really. Or you could even use a different approach to doing research like you've learned before, like utilizing a tool like Jungle Scout or whatever you may have learned before. That could be the first step in product research. And that's every other approach that I've seen for researching products and choosing what to source on Amazon are basically step 1 for us. It's the first step, and it definitely is too premature to actually make a decision here. But you have to start somewhere. You got to find inspiration. You got to identify something you think may be a good opportunity first. Then you should think about what you would type into Amazon when searching for that product. And you need to make a list of the 5 most likely terms or so, and you can start there. So you can't get this wrong, by the way. You can't get steps 1 and 2 wrong, because you would never get through the process with a winner unless it's what's actually a winner. So you don't have to worry about making the wrong decision here. You just got to start somewhere. And the same goes with the search terms. You just got to identify or come up with, write down 5 searches you think are likely to be popular searches for people in general when they're searching for this kind of product. You could just use your own logic. You could look at the search suggestions when you type something into Amazon search bar, or you could have a friend tell them to sit in front of the computer and tell them to search for this product with 5 different terms and look at what they type in. Whatever works, for you. Doesn't really matter. But just got to find 5 search terms that are actually, something that might make sense that people will be typing in. Then step number 3 is to create a basic listing. So if you've ever sold on Amazon, you know how simple this is. You just click a button inside of Seller Central, which is, just create a new listing, and you are taken into this wizard on Amazon where they actually request all the information they need from you to create your listing. If you've never sold on Amazon before, you can simply go to sellercentral.amazon.com and sign up for a new account. It takes 2 to 3 minutes and you have it. Very simple. But yeah, then you just click create a new listing and Amazon asks you for this information. And I'm just going to tell you what information to put into the fields. First is you need a unique UPC code. And this is very simple to get. Just Google, buy cheap UPC code. And you have numerous options, and it takes you only a few minutes to actually buy one, and it costs you like $2 or less. Then you just create a simple brand name. Just invent something, because it's not going to be your actual brand name. You just need something random to test. It doesn't matter what you put in there. And then you craft a basic title that contains 5 main search terms. So the 5 you think are going to be common searches. Craft 5 short bullet points that highlight 5 benefits of the product. Craft a very simple and short description. Use medium or higher quality images, and it's okay to just use 3 to 4, and you can just grab these online, by the way. The only one that really matters is the first one that you use, and that should be decent quality. Then you input the 5 search terms into the backend search term section, and then you price the product at about the average price point, for this kind of product on Amazon. Then you get the listing set up. So now step number 4 is you need to get a few pieces of test inventory, so a few pieces of inventory to test with, so you can make this listing go live. And I'll show you why you need to get it live. It's because of the next step. So you just need like 3 to 5 units, and that's it. And this can be any unbranded piece of inventory. So any piece of inventory that doesn't have an actual brand on it, and that's easy to find. You could buy something like that off of Amazon, most likely, and ship it to your house, and then to ship it back into Amazon. You could definitely buy it off of Alibaba, some kind of supplier there. Or my favorite option is AliExpress. So here you just find someone that's selling this product unbranded and buy it and get it shipped straight into Amazon even, in a few days. You just have it shipped straight into Amazon. Or you can buy it off of a different online store, or you can even buy it on a local store and then ship it into Amazon. The main thing is to then ship it into FBA, which is Amazon's fulfillment program, fulfillment by Amazon. And this means that Amazon will actually receive the unit from you, and then they will ship it to anyone who buys the product for you. So you don't need to handle any of that stuff. It's amazing. So literally, you could just have the supplier ship it into Amazon FBA, so you never have to touch the product, ever. Step number 5 now is once you got the inventory into FBA and the listing is live, you want to run Amazon ads. And this is also self-explanatory inside of Seller Central. You just click create a new ad campaign, and Amazon will ask for all this information from you in a wizard. So it's like you just put in the fields. So you just put in the information into the fields, and this is the information to give them. I'm just going to tell you what to put into those fields. You choose one campaign. You choose an average daily budget of $10 to $20. You choose a duration of 1 week. You choose manual targeting. You choose a default bid of $2, and you provide your own keywords, which would be 5 to 10 maximum. These are the search terms or keywords that you chose before. So I recommend 5, but you could have up to 10 if you wanted to, but just never do more than 10 for a very specific reason. And then the match type should be exact, and that's how you set up this kind of campaign. And now you run this for 7 days, and then you come to step 6, which is evaluate the data. It's basically these 3 main data points you look at, and I'll show you an actual example of this kind of campaign and the data report so you know exactly how to look at it. And I'll also show you what criteria any search term needs to meet exactly to be a winner, so you know what is a winner and what is not as well. But yeah, you look at these three pieces of data: impressions, amount of clicks, and cost per click. I'm just going to let you know what this means real quick right now. Impressions for any given search term is just going to give you, because this is from a campaign you ran for 7 days or 1 week, so it's going to give you a really good indication of what is the average amount of searches any given search term that you tested receives in a 7-day period of time. So that's important for you to know. Second is the amount of clicks, and this will give you a really good indication of the buyer intent of that search term, meaning that if you have a lot of clicks relative to the impressions, so a high click-through rate, you get a search term that has high buyer intent, meaning that people are more likely to be actually wanting to buy something when they type that in, and that's really important for you to know whether or not that is the case for the search term that you're testing. Cost per click is going to give you a really good indication of the actual competition, the level of competition. The lower this number, the lower the competition, which is good for you. It's going to make it easier for you to actually sell the product. There's no need for you to be selling where everyone else is selling and have high competition, because there's so many different opportunities on Amazon. Then you get sales and the average cost of sale, or the A cost. You only look at this if you got any sales, by the way. But if you got any sales, you want to look then at the A cost, because the A cost is going to tell you a lot. So if the A cost, and yeah, this is the average cost to get a sale through Amazon ads relative to the price you're selling at. So for any product you sell on Amazon, you should always have at least 30% profit margin. So if it costs you less than 30% of the actual price of the unit to sell the product through Amazon ads, then it should be profitable. So if this number is below 30%, that's like the ultimate confirmation, because once you've then put up an actual product with an optimized listing, that number is going to go down. So the ACOS will go down, meaning that you'll be even more profitable. And even if the ACOS is above 30% during the test phase, if you get an ACOS that's anywhere close to 30% or less, is a great sign, because you know you can improve this once you source a really good product and you optimize the listing and stuff. So having a good ACOS in the test, so actually having sales and having a good ACOS in the ad campaign for any given search term is like the ultimate confirmation that you got a really good search term and a winner. But the main thing is that people should be clicking here. And you want to keep your eyes open for low-hanging fruit, so search terms that actually, you know, don't have so many impressions, but they have high value, a lot of buyers. Here's an example. So this is an example Amazon ad campaign after about 7 days. And this is what it looks like. And in here, I want you to pay attention to the first two search terms, search term number 1 and search term number 2. Notice that they have almost the same amount of impressions. So they got roughly about the same amount of searches every week on average. But there's a drastic difference between the two search terms, and that's the amount of clicks. So notice that search term number 2 here has almost triple the amount of clicks as search term number 1. So this is an indication that search term number 2 is obviously way more valuable. And you can notice that actually we paused search term number 1 here, because the click-through rate, so the amount of clicks relative to the impressions, is just too low. And you also notice here, as confirmation of this, is that search term number 2 actually had sales, while search term number 1 had no sales, but they had about the same amount of impressions. And search term number 2 actually had a really good ACOS, which is 27% in the test, so it's lower than the 30% we basically must have as profit margin for the product before we decide to source it. So this is like the ultimate confirmation that this search term is actually really, really valuable, because the ACOS, again, will go down. So you will make a lot of money with the search term if you actually sourced a product to sell through it. You got the confirmation here, that like the ultimate confirmation. You can also see this happening with search term number 4, where we had just an incredibly low ACOS of 5.1%. So that search term will be extremely profitable if we run ads for that with a product that has a profit margin of above 30%. This will be extremely profitable. Then example number 2, I'm not going to go into this anymore like in a lot of detail, but I'll just point out 2 things here because it's just the same as search report number 1 here. But you can see that search term number 3 and number 1 have about the same amount of clicks, but search term number 3 had more than twice the amount of impressions. So this is an indication that search term number 1 is more valuable. But in this case, I actually think search number 3 could be valuable as well because you can see that it had sales and an ACOS of 50%. So this will go below 30%, the ACOS of this search term, if you actually optimize the listing and create, an actual product for this product listing that's good. So step number 7 is you pick the winner, and this is exactly how you can tell whether or not any given search term is a winner or not. You look at these benchmarks for Amazon ads. So if any given search term has 250 impressions at a minimum for a 7-day period during the test, that's good. That's a qualifying factor. If it has a click-through rate, which is clicks divided by impressions of 0.25% or higher, that's also a qualifying factor. If it has a cost per click or CPC of 150 or lower, that's another qualifying factor. And if it meets all 3 criteria, you get a winner. That search term is definitely a winner. Sales, again, there's none needed at the product validation phase, but note that if the search term is ROI positive, meaning that the ACOS is below 30%, that's best. That's like the ultimate confirmation. So that's how you pick the winner. And as you can see, the money is in the data. With this approach, there's no more guessing. With this approach, you can literally identify opportunities where you know you're going to be successful with 100% certainty. So just like what happened to me with my first product, you can recreate that kind of scenario because you know it's going to work out, and you can actually project exactly how profitable the product will be and how much marketing you have to do to make it that profitable and things like that. You can project it all in advance. You can do the math. So you can just do the research, do the work here, and identify opportunities you're happy with, you're excited about, and are going to give you the value you want. They're going to be worth your time and energy to actually, go ahead and source the product for real and the money. But, with what I'm just about to show you with our hybrid methodology, you actually don't need a high upfront investment. We have a very clear idea of revenue and profit for a product before ever sourcing it, like I just mentioned. You know where the money is at and exactly where to focus our efforts. This allows you to penetrate and carve out and own your own space in even competitive markets, because you can dig through and find these search terms that no one is really looking at and focusing on, that have a lot of value, and you can enter any market basically and find pretty easy success when you do it this way. And this opens up a massive amount of opportunity because you can find opportunity and success where most sellers can't, because you know what to focus on. But you can also obviously just find opportunities that are really untapped. No one is doing anything like that, any product related to this. You can find a ton of these on Amazon because Amazon is huge. And most private label sellers look at the same stuff because they're looking at the same inaccurate surface level data like these tools and stuff to make a decision on what to source. So they all go for the same thing. This is going to prevent you from doing that. This is going to make sure that you only go after things that are certain to be successful. The ads questionnaire. So it's important that once you've identified a set of really profitable search terms, that you then source a product that adds, meaning a product that is going to be extremely appealing to the people coming from those searches and finding a product. That's going to give you the highest possible conversion rate, and that's going to really help you be ranked and get the sales. And actually use something called the ads questionnaire to discover what this product that I'm going to source based on these search terms should be. And we can find the ads with a series of questions like that. And here's just a few I use so you can copy my process. So you ask something like, what do my top 5 search terms, and meaning these, it could even be less. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5 search terms that you identified. through the Amazon ad test are actually valuable and you want to focus on, you want to source a product to sell something through them. Then you ask me, yeah, what do they tell me about what the people and about the target are looking for? Like, what does it tell me that those people are looking for exactly? Because the search terms will actually tell you a lot about that. They might maybe specifying, at least some of them, some kind of feature or benefit or use or variation of the product. For example, a large X or a wooden or aluminum version of X product. So they will tell you quite a lot about what you should be sourcing, because of course if you're going to focus on a certain search term, you got to have a product that is a match for that. So if someone is typing for like a wooden tripod or something, then they find that wooden tripod. They don't find like a metal tripod, because that's not what they want. So you need to have a product that matches the search terms you're going to focus on for them to actually be effective for you, and really effective for you when you do our system in full. Then you ask a question who is in my audience? Like gender, age, income level, personality, identity, and you can tell a lot about this from the search terms that you're going to focus on. If you have, for example, a wooden tripod as one of the search terms, then what does that tell me about my audience? Who is actually wanting to buy that? Most likely it's like people that like vintage stuff, or older folks, or more affluent folks, or something like that. Then you ask a question like, what would the best possible product look like to those people? So what would be the perfect product for those people? Well, if it's a wooden tripod, it would be something that is really like vintage or retro, and it's something that is probably more premium, more expensive, looks really nice, all those types of things. People that care about style. I don't even know if a wooden tripod actually really is being made, but I'm assuming there's some kind of sub-niche for that or something like that. Just using this example because there's a tripod next to me here. But this is the thinking. This is how it goes, right? So this is how you actually, just from knowing some of the search terms you're going to focus on and just asking some of these questions, you can actually just automatically, you will just know the answers and know what to actually then source to have a true edge with your product. Then you do what we call hybrid sourcing. So of course the product will be successful before deciding to source it, based on if you do the approach that I just taught you how to do. But still, if you're low on cash, you can use our hybrid methodology for getting started for as little as $100 to $250. Sometimes full private label orders need about $500 to $1,000, like full private label orders. But you can get started with this different approach for a lot less and a lot quicker, because a full private label order can take like up to 30 days or even more actually. But the hybrid approach is a lot quicker, and you can literally, there's no limit to how low you can start. You can start with 1 product or 5 products or 10 products. And it's based on this very premise here, that it's actually very easy to source generic or unbranded products. Almost every manufacturer and supplier will carry a certain stock of unbranded inventory, meaning that it's already been made. So you never have to wait for it to be made, and they don't care if you just want to buy 10 units or 25 units or 5 units or even 1 unit, because they already have the product made. They'll sell it to you, right? And you can always get these in as little as just a few units, because it's this way. You can use one of the methods that I recommended earlier on in this webinar to find the test inventory, to find this as well. Then all you really have to do, once you found that inventory, is to create your own product listing on Amazon. So meaning Amazon accepts this as a unique branded version of a product. You have your own listing, so you control the pricing, the marketing, everything. You're the only seller on Amazon of this product. So all the benefits of private labeling, you can get that by doing what we call polybag and sticker. And this means you take this unbranded piece of inventory and you simply just put it into a polybag or some kind of wrapping, and then you just put a sticker on the back with your brand name or logo or domain or whatever you want to have on the sticker. You could even put a note or a small catalog or something into the back to make it, actually more branded or have some marketing material in there, and that's it. Then you've got your own product, your own private branded product, private label product. And here's a news flash for you. You may have actually received a product like this when buying on Amazon, and it's because many of the top sellers on Amazon only do this always because it allows you to start multiple products quickly and easily, and it's so scalable. It's so much more quicker. It's so much easier to get started, and it's just, yeah, a lot quicker and easier and a lot more scalable. So now you can start a product like this, and then once it's doing really well, it's being really profitable and things like that, then if you want to, you can do a full private label order and order more units and have a really nice box made, packaging made, and have the manufacturer actually brand the units so that they have your logo and brand name on it and all of that stuff. You can actually go ahead and do this, if you want to, if the product is proven. But if not, you just have the manufacturer put the unbranded piece of inventory into a bag and ship that with the sticker on it into Amazon, and that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel. And guys, if this is making sense to you, just let me know inside the questions box, because it is, again, so critical that you understand just how important it is for you to choose the right product. We've seen it time and time again that the product is the most important aspect of it, and picking a profitable product is critical to your success. And we've just showed you the exact process that we use to identify products that will make many thousands of sales. But we also know that this is where people can get stuck. That is why we're going to be eliminating the guesswork for you. We will literally handpick not just one, but 25 profitable products that we know will make money, and we're going to hand them to you on a silver platter. We'll be talking about more on that here in a moment. Right now, you're sitting at your computer watching this webinar. You've heard how this works, and you know that using Amazon can be a great way to make sales. Everybody knows that selling on Amazon works. Just look at how many normal folks like you are using Amazon to make money right now. That's why you're incredibly smart to start selling on Amazon as well. And that's why we've created something incredibly special for you. I want to introduce you to the Infinity Code. The Infinity Code is specifically designed to help you discover the right market, find the right product to sell, prove your product is a winner ahead of time, quickly and easily source your product, get set up on Amazon the right way, start generating sales every single day like clockwork, all while scaling and expanding your business by following a brand new, completely different, simple, proven, and easy to implement system. If you want to create time and financial freedom, if you want to build a business that lasts for the long term, if you want to build something that has real value and could even be sold one day while never having to worry about competition on Amazon and sell your products like crazy day in and day out, while avoiding all of the pitfalls, avoiding all the costly mistakes that we've made along the way, this is specifically for you. Here's how we'll do it. We've combined 8 critical components. The highlights are we've given you the full Infinity Code core training, the done-for-you profitable products, our personalized coaching and support, the 6-figure case studies, our private mastermind, the copy and profit templates, our go, no-go service, and the expansion blueprint. The full Infinity Code core training is valued at $7,995. You get 9 core training modules, 63 plus training videos, our cheat sheets, checklists, action plans, and more, the live weekly training calls, and live Q&A sessions. but most importantly, we're giving you our done-for-you profitable products, which I believe are priceless. We are also going to hand you 25 profitable products we know will make you money. We will hand-pick them personally, Daniel and I, and we'll give you all the data and details you need. This will massively shorten your path to making money and will eliminate all the guesswork. Plus, it will save you a ton of time. Over the past few years, we have literally assessed thousands and thousands of different products, so we know instantly whether a product is a hero or a zero. We know what makes money, and we will deal with this for you so you don't have to. You can just select a product that we choose and run with it. This will eliminate the risk of you pursuing products which won't work, so you can focus and make money from the ones that do. We've got our personalized coaching and support as the critical component number 3. This is valued at over $3,995. It comes in 3 parts, and the first is personalized coaching. You see, people have paid as much as $35,000 just to work with us on a one-to-one basis. And what you're going to be getting here is essentially the same thing, but in the form of unlimited support from both Daniel and I, included in the Infinity Code training. Part number 2 is our 24-hour private support system, which will allow you direct access to our team of experts who can quickly assist you with any hurdles you come across or questions that you have. Part 3 is entry into our Facebook Mastermind community, where we'll have a full team of mentors and experts ready to help you on a daily basis. You can also interact with other members inside the area as well. This brings the total combined value to over $11,990+. We've got the 6-figure case studies, a $24.95 value. You can watch, learn, and most importantly, copy from high-volume sellers. I've always said that the best way to learn something is to look at direct examples of how others have done it. And that's why we are going to hand you a series of case studies that detail some of our past students' biggest successes, some of whom who have created Amazon businesses that do well in excess of 6 figures per month. This brings the combined total value to $14,485 plus values. We've got the private mastermind. This is a $5,995 value. Look, you can get advanced tactics to increase your traffic and sales. After we've completed the core training and you're up, you're running, and you're earning on Amazon, we'll be hosting a series of private, members-only mastermind sessions for you. You'll learn the advanced tactics to increase your earnings, boost the value of your business, and continue to build your empire. We'll be focusing here on how to quickly scale your business, expand your network of sites, as well as how to implement our automation and outsourcing tactics so you can earn more by working less. This brings your total value to $20,480 plus. You're getting our copy and profit templates, a $1,995 value. This is more of our done-for-you components to help eliminate even more guesswork for you. This includes checklists, this includes spreadsheets, this includes flowcharts, process maps, and more, all designed to make your life easier so you can make money quickly on Amazon. This brings the total value to $22,475 plus. We've got our Go, No-Go service, a $995 value. We will literally greenlight your product to expedite your success. Choosing the right product is everything. That's why we want you to have the confidence to sell with our stamp of approval. If there's something that you're considering selling right now, or if there's something that you come across, you can utilize our system to review it, submit it into our go, no-go, and Daniel and I will personally review it to make sure it gets our stamp of approval. This brings your total value to $23,470 plus dollars. We've got the expansion blueprint, core component number 8, which is a $3,995 value. This is where you will discover the difference between okay success and astronomical success, so you can learn to take your business to a whole new 7-figure plus level. You'll learn the next phase of your business after you've started earning on Amazon. So your total value is the full Infinity Code core training, the done-for-you profitable products, the personalized coaching and support, the 6-figure case studies, the private mastermind, our copy and paste templates, our go, no-go service, and the expansion blueprint. Again, this is a total combined value of over $27,465. You're getting the exact same system that we've used to generate millions of dollars in sales, generating over $1 million in sales in only 30 days. We've got accounts that you can see here did over $468,000 in just a 30-day period, or $210,000, and the list goes on. Been able to generate up to $158,296.94 in a 24-hour period from one Amazon account. Or folks like Dan and Monica, who were able to get to $50K per month in 6 months and are now generating $150,000 plus per month following our training. Dan had this to say: "I'm blown away by the content in this course. Daniel shares every single step of his methodology, so all you need to do is implement it. Most impressive is Daniel has simplified and streamlined what most make complicated. We are confident we'll double our revenue and profit within 12 months using this methodology." That means that Dan and Monica are on pace to get to a point where they're generating nearly $4 million per year. Here's the peek into Dan and Monica's business. You can see in a 30-day period, they had generated over $123,000 just in that 1 month. And then they were able to generate an additional 17,732 pounds in 1 month from their UK Amazon account. Adi, who was already generating 7 figures, literally quadrupled his business in only a year and a half. He believes he's now on his way to the 8-figure mark. Got folks like John, who were stuck, plateaued at $3,000 per month. No matter what he tried, he couldn't break past the plateau. In a mere 2 months after he started working with us, he was able to skyrocket his sales to $10,000 per month. And now, less than a year later, he's had a 600% increase in less than a year. He's making now, you can see here, over $200K in 12 months. And if you've ever wanted to build a business to sell, we had Ross and Sarah from New Zealand go from brand new, zero experience to selling and cashing out of their business in 18 months. We help them choose their product through our go, no-go form, which you're getting when you invest in the Infinity Code today. And we literally help them every single step of the way, just like we're going to do for you. By now, I'm sure you're wondering about the price. And listen, Daniel and I charge a minimum of $15,000 for private coaching and consulting. And people happily pay it because we get them real results. Our 2-day events regularly sell out at a minimum of $7,000. And I'm sure you've seen other trainings that don't offer you a fraction of what you're getting today sell for $5,000 or even more. So what is this all worth to you? The full Infinity Core training is a $7,995 value. The done-for-you profitable products is absolutely priceless. The personalized coaching and support is a $3,995 value. The six-figure case studies is a $2,495 value. The private mastermind is a $5,995 value. The copy and paste templates is a $1,995 value. The go, no-go service is a $995 value. Our expansion blueprint is a $3,995 value. That's a total combined value of over $27,465. Now, if you were to invest in college just for one semester at a school like Pepperdine, you'd be paying more for just one semester. I paid almost $30,000 just for my tuition my freshman year of college. Now, of course, you're not going to be paying $27,465 today. You're not even going to be paying $19,997 or $1,497. You won't even pay $9,997. You won't even pay $4,995 or even $3,495. You won't even pay $2,495. And at that price, it would be an absolute bargain for you. You can get complete access for 3 installments of $597. But in fact, you could get started for even less. We're offering you a $294 discount, our instant payment discount option of $1,497. What you need to do to get started is to go to theinfinitycode.net/bill. Daniel's going to place that for you right now inside the chat box. It's theinfinitycode.net/bill. Choose your investment option and remember that the instant 20% savings on the one-time payment option is there. Also, remember that Daniel and I will personally give you everything that you need to succeed. We are 100% committed, and that's why it gets better. You can get this today and have no payments, no interest, as long as you pay it off in 6 months. We've partnered with PayPal Credit. So if you're a U.S. resident and you qualify through PayPal Credit, and again, this is their terms, not ours, you can get started for nothing today through the PayPal Credit option. No payments, no interest, if paid in full within 6 months. To find out more about that, just go to theinfinitycode.net/bill. On that page, you will go ahead and click on the left Add to Cart button, the $1,497 discount option, and you can walk through the process of checking out with PayPal and utilizing PayPal Credit. Now, if you have questions on it, I've got a video for you at theinfinitycode.net/bill that walks you through the entire process. But you literally could get started for nothing today. Now, if PayPal Credit doesn't apply to you, here's what we've got for you. Again, we've got the 3 installments of $597, which means you can get started for only $597 today. Here's what to do now. Step 1 is to go to theinfinitycode.net/bill. Click on the Add to Cart button of your preference. Once you fill in your billing information, you'll go ahead and complete the checkout. You'll be sent directly into our member registration process. Go ahead and get registered for the membership. You'll be directed to our welcome page, which will walk you through your exact next steps, including registering for our first live training, which is starting in just a few days. Now, I want to just remind you how important your success is to us. Just like we've worked with Ross and Sarah, Adi, and we've worked with Dan and Monica and John, we want to create more case studies just like them. And we are looking to work with you to do whatever we possibly can to help you be successful. And that's why we're offering you a 100% money-back guarantee. We want you to test drive this risk-free for 30 days so that you can see for yourself how committed Daniel and I are to your success. Look, you can get started today, and if you don't like the Infinity Code for any reason, we don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now. Just let us know, and we will give you a 100% full refund. There's no questions asked. There's no shenanigans, no wiggle clauses. We are taking all the risk for you. Now, you have two choices today. Option number one is you can do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Option number two is you could pony up this small investment today compared to all the value you are receiving in return and just give it a shot. Daniel and I believe that you either succeed or we don't want your money. With everything that you're getting in the Infinity Code today when you make this investment, it is an absolute bargain. But we've decided to offer you something very special, something that we know can change your life even more. And this special bonus is our NDA live event. This is a $9,995 value. And you will need to sign a non-disclosure agreement to come into the event. But you'll get to meet us live in person so you can learn from us and our trusted advisors on how to take your business to a whole new level. Let me just tell you again, live events change people's lives. I'm constantly investing in my education to go to live events, and you get this as part of the Infinity Code. We're looking at holding the live event in the later part of June in either San Diego or Las Vegas. Now, if you are not able to come, it's okay. We're going to be recording the event for you professionally, and we'll have that inside the members area for you. Now, I need to tell you, it was about 4+ years ago that I was at a live event, and I happened to go to this dinner, and I stayed, talked with a bunch of people who were sitting at my table. I ended up staying in touch with a few of these folks, and next thing I knew, I was moving around the world to go to the Philippines to focus on building our business there. And I had partnered with my now business partner, Daniel Audinson, as a result of attending that live event. That's how different your life can change because of what you learn and who you meet at one event. Now, on this webinar, we have decided to do something even more special for you. But I need to warn you because this is extremely limited. On this webinar, we're going to give the next 25 action takers 3 fast action bonuses so you can get even more value. And if you've already jumped in, I've seen several of you already jump in, you'll get these bonuses. Just let me know in the questions box you're in, and I'll acknowledge you here in a moment. So fast action bonus number 1 is our 30 days to 1K case study. This is a $297 value. Okay, so here you're going to discover how to leverage a simple and easy process to almost guarantee you generating $1,000 in sales in the next 30 days. This case study will teach you something that's proven, something that's time-tested, and it's a simple way to generate quick profits at will. Here's the deal. Not too long ago, Daniel and I literally were able to generate almost $2,000 in sales in a matter of a few days. I've been utilizing this process for over 10 years now in helping friends and family just like yourself be able to do this as well. This one bonus alone could cover your entire investment inside the Infinity Code, and you'll get it when you invest today if you're one of the next 25. Fast action bonus number 2 is the GBSS method. This is a $397 value, and you'll discover how to make your products go viral so you can see dramatic increases in sales and profits. You can see on the screen there's a massive spike kind of right there in the middle, and this isn't over the course of a month, over the course of a week. This is a day. It's actually part of a day, and you can see that Daniel was able to sell nearly 2,900 units of a product generating over $46,000 in sales in a matter of a few hours. In the GBSS method, if you're one of the next 25 to invest today, you'll get access to the scientific approach that Daniel used to make this happen. Fast action bonus number 3 for the next 25 is the Ryan and Daniel partnership opportunity. Let me know in the chat right now, give me a 1 if you think it would be beneficial for you to be able to partner and join forces with Daniel and I to truly grow and expand your business. You see, we have already helped previous partners grow 6, 7, and multiple 7-figure businesses, and we are looking for our next partner. And I'm seeing tons of you say, yes, 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 putting the 1s in. Thank you for that. You see, Daniel and I know that the best place for us to find our partners is to look within our student base. And the reason for that is we want to work with Infinity Code members because you understand our systems, our processes, our methodologies, and our frameworks. Every single thing that we do, we will then be able to work with you to leverage our resources, our team, our connections, and all of our experience in selling hundreds of products on Amazon successfully. So what is this all worth to you? You have the full Infinity Code core training, a $7,995 value. The done-for-you profitable products, absolutely priceless. Our personalized coaching and support, a $3,995 value. The 6-figure case studies, a $2,495 value. The private mastermind, a $5,995 value. Our copy and paste templates, a $19.95 value. The go, no-go service, $995 in value. The expansion blueprint, a $3,995 value. The NDA bonus live event, a $9,995 value. Our fast action bonuses, the 30 days to 1K case study, a $297 value. The GBSS method, a $397 value. The Ryan and Daniel partnership opportunity, a $5,000 value. And I can already tell that these are being snapped up. Remember, these bonuses are available on this webinar for the next 25 people. This is a total value of $43,154. Now, Bill has decided to do something really special for you. He's decided to toss in some additional bonuses. So Bill's special bonus number 1 is an exclusive insider interview. This is a $397 value, and this exclusive interview is going to be where Bill will be extracting insider information from Daniel about how to get a super quick start with an Amazon business and scale it up fast. This is information that has never been extracted before, and it's going to be yours today when you invest at theinfinitycode.net/Bill. Bill's secret bonus number 2 is the Traffic Kickstart mini course. This is a $697 value, and it's an exclusive mini course from the promotion engine team on how to drive a flood of traffic to your Amazon product pages and kick off your sales. You can get access to both of these bonuses by going to theinfinitycode.net/Bill and choosing your investment option now. So to recap, you're getting a huge discount on this webinar. You can get started for only $597 today. You could save an additional $294 by making a one-time investment of $14.97. Now, if you qualify for PayPal credit and that's something that works for you, you could utilize the 0 payments, 0 interest, if paid in full within 6 months option and get started for literally nothing today. Daniel and I will personally give you everything that you need to succeed. We've got our 100% money back guarantee so that you can test drive everything risk-free and know that this is something that you can investigate now to see and make sure it's a fit for you, and get started today. And if you don't like anything about the Infinity Code for any reason, we don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now. Just reach out to us and let us know, and we'll give you a 100% full refund. No questions asked, no wiggle clauses. We are taking all the risk for you. I need to give you an important warning though. This is only available for a limited time. Daniel and I are going to be completely pulling this off the market in a few days, and we have zero plans at the time to reopen it. If we do reopen it, I can guarantee you, you are not going to get it at this low of a price. Right now, it is an absolute steal. I also see that the 25 fast action bonuses are being snapped up here, so they will be gone soon. You've watched this entire presentation. You want to have time and financial freedom, and you know that this is an excellent value. So take advantage of this incredible discount. All of the amazing bonuses, our live event bonus, our 3 fast action bonuses, and Bill's 2 special bonuses. That's 6 bonuses you're getting access to. And the can't lose guarantee now. Go to theinfinitycode.net/Bill, choose your investment option, and get started now. Remember that once you invest, you'll be redirected directly into our membership registration process. You can get started with our welcome video and another video right below it, as well as registering for our live training starting in just a few days. The total value here of everything you're getting is well over $43,154. You can get started at theinfinitycode.net/Bill. And I just want to welcome the folks who have already hopped in. We've got a lot of you that have jumped in. Daniel and I are also going to be here, and we're going to make sure that we can get your questions answered. Indrek's asking, is the bonus still available? Yes, it is. Craig is saying, I'm in. Welcome, Craig. We've got some great questions here. John, yes, you got the bonus. Sudha, thank you so much. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and do this. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. All right, so I've got a lot of questions that have popped up. Stephen Riddick is saying that he's in. Jen is asking, do you have a Q&A? Yeah, Jen, we'll do a Q&A right now for you. So if you've got a question, just drop it inside the questions box right now, and I'll be sure that I answer your questions. So I've got a question here from Philip. Philip is asking, how much time do I need to be able to invest in this business to make sure I'm able to actually get results? And Philip, this is a really good question. What we have found is that when you're building your business, the most important thing is that you actually do consistent action in the business. We don't want you to try and put 70 hours a week in your business and get completely burnt out in 2 weeks. That would be pointless. We want you to be able to, spend, I would say, 5 to 10 hours a week in the business, but be consistent with it. So if you can spend maybe 30 minutes a day or an hour a day consistently, that's what's important. Because you see, there is a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of, hey, do this, do that, do this, and you're pulled in a lot of directions. People want you to build complicated funnels and then we go stuff. We want you to ignore all of that garbage, okay? And simply inside the Infinity Code, we teach you with the 80-20 rule, meaning we're going to give you the 20% of the things that are going to give you 80, 90, 95% of your results. So you can focus on a handful of very key things to make sure you're getting what you need to get done, and then let everything else off to the wayside because it's not important. You can make millions and millions and millions of dollars just focusing on the very small key things, okay? Hopefully that helps you. Let's see, we've got a lot of questions that are popping up here. I've got another question here from George is asking about how much money do I need to invest into the business? Hey, Daniel, do you want to answer just kind of the first part of that while I grab a little bit more water? Just talk a little bit about how much money you got started with and why you only had to get started with that much money, and then talk a little bit about what it takes to get started with the hybrid option, and then I'll chime in on what it took for me to get started, okay?
Yeah, sure. So, it really, especially with the hybrid methodology, it really totally takes out like that minimum investment, which has traditionally been the case with private labeling, where you have to, the customers, the suppliers, they won't actually run a new manufacturing run for you unless you order a certain quantity, because they're going to be creating a specific product for you with your logo on it and things like that. So that usually is, 100 to 300 units, so it could run you, $500,000 or more. But with a hybrid approach, then it's a lot cheaper and easier. I did a full private label order when I started with my first product. That was only $268. You can do a full private label order right away sometimes for, less than $500. But with a hybrid approach, you can literally choose to do one product if you wanted to. So there's no minimum. The minimum would be like, what does it cost to source one product, which is never going to be much, right? You could do 10, you could do 20. There's no real minimum with that approach. So it totally takes that factor out of it. You don't have to worry about not having enough money to start really at all.
Yeah, exactly. When I got started, I got started for about $760 myself, and we've seen people kind of get started all in between there. So as Daniel mentioned, it kind of depends what you're trying to accomplish, but at this stage with our methodology, getting started, the amount of money that you have to get started doesn't really come into play anymore. I've got a great question here from Megan. Megan is asking, can I run this business if I don't live in the United States? And the short answer, Megan, is 100% you can. We've got folks that have been able to build this business from all over the world. We talked about Dan and Monica. They built this business while living in Bali, Indonesia. Ross and Sarah spent most of their time in Australia, New Zealand, a little bit of time in the Philippines, but they built this business while living outside the U.S. Daniel got started while living in one of the most remote places in the world. We've got people that run and operate this from all around the world, and the beautiful thing about Amazon is you're letting them do all of the heavy lifting for you. They literally are taking care of all of this stuff that you don't have to think about. You're never touching the products. I mean, Daniel, when was the last time you ever saw one of your products before it went to Amazon?
Yeah, I don't even remember, probably, I don't even think it's ever actually really happened.
Yeah, exactly. It literally just ships everything right to Amazon direct from the manufacturer. So you're not touching anything. Amazon's handling the bulk of that workload for you, and you simply do the key things that we've talked about to help you build and grow your business. And it's amazing. That's what we love about this business model, is you could literally operate it from anywhere in the world with your laptop and an internet connection. Now, I do want to just acknowledge a few of the other folks have jumped in to get a count here on our fast action bonuses. We had Mark jump in. Looks like Melissa has jumped in. Megan is saying she's jumping in as well. Devin has jumped in. If I've missed anybody, please let me know inside the questions box so I can keep an accurate tally here on the fast action bonuses. Looks like we're down to about 17 of those right now. Okay, I've got a question here, and Daniel, this would be a good one for you because of how you got started with this. Does it take any real special skills for actually getting started and making money on Amazon? This one is from actually Bill.
Yeah, absolutely not. There's nothing you have to know, in advance. Like, there's some basic, stuff like how to, use a computer, but we've seen even people that, like grandmas and stuff, that have almost no skills on computers do this. It's pretty damn incredible how literally you need to know. All you gotta do is learn the right system for selling on Amazon. That's all you gotta learn. You don't know. No one knows anything that's really going to be very beneficial before they get started. You know, you just learn the business model, and everything is going to be new for pretty much anyone that starts doing this for the first time. And that's it. You just learn that, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, 100%. Marius, I'm just sending you a message here inside that how to take care of that. Daniel, we've got another question here that I hear a lot, and people sometimes get a little bit worried about this. This is a question from Kim. Kim is asking, do we have to source products from China? What if I don't want to do that? And, you know, I know that we've sourced a lot of products from the United States. You know, we've looked at sourcing products from Sri Lanka. You know, I'm helping someone right now in their business. They source all of their products from Canada. It just really, Kim, it just really depends what you're trying to source. And I'm going to be honest, though, you know, some places are better than others. For example, we're working on a product right now, and we can source that product in Canada, the United States, or in China. And the pricing's a little bit better in China, but I'm still looking at the other options as very viable because it allows a little more flexibility for me. Now, there are some places where a place is going to specialize. If I wanted to source something electronical, I'd probably go to China because they're the best at that versus, you know, here in the United States or something. So the answer to that question is, while you don't have to source products in China, you can source them from all over the world. And some you should source them not in China. Sometimes it's better to do it because it's going to allow you to make more money. But we teach you exactly how to do that inside the Infinity Code core training in very two detailed modules that walk you through everything about sourcing. So, Daniel, I don't know if you wanted to chime in any more about that, but
yeah, no, I think that's good.
Clear. Yeah. Okay. Indrik, if you're having issues with your payment, please just drop us a support ticket, and we'll be sure to get you taken care of. Let us know in the chat, though, or Daniel, can you put in the chat box the support ticket link? And Indrik, just let us know that you heard about this from Bill so that we can make sure I get you Bill's special bonuses once we get your payment taken care of. So, Ron Williams, I'm not sure if you're saying you've jumped in, but welcome, Ron, if you have. Oh, yes, you are saying fast action bonuses, please. Yep, you're welcome. So we're down to 16, and then Indrik would make 15 bonuses, guys. Got another question here from Jen. Let me just read this really quickly. It looks very common on Amazon that competitors leave negative reviews about your product, and negative reviews obviously affect your product revenue. How do you handle a situation like this? So Jen, while we've never really experienced that so much, it can happen from time to time. And if it's a non-verified review, or if it's a verified review, meaning they've actually purchased product, etc., there's a few different things that we can do. But what I can tell you is that it's not something that I would worry about, because we teach you how to build this business for the long term, and we teach you not only how to handle little nuances like this, but how to take care of them, how to really bulletproof yourself from other competitors, and really how to set yourself apart. One of the biggest things that you'll realize is when you invest in the Infinity Code is not only how we do everything differently, but how we make everything, you know, so easy to implement so that you're clearly standing out from all of your competition. And Daniel, I know you've dealt with this a little bit as well. I don't know if you want to kind of comment a little bit to let Jen know how much it's not that big of a deal and how easy it is to get taken care of, while I dig here for some additional questions.
Yeah. So, you know, this obviously can be, you know, a problem, but it's very, very unusual. And, you know, if it is, it's usually pretty obvious. And then I found that, you know, certain approaches with Amazon support will actually help resolve this. But the key is really just to choose the right market as well. So with our approach of choosing, the right product to sell, you're never basically going to enter a market where this is a problem. It's only in certain markets where there's a lot of kind of shady or negative competition, and that's usually a market you don't want to be involved with on Amazon. There's very few of those, but there's some. But with our research methodology, you'll basically never ever enter something like that because there's way better oceans, so to speak, or opportunities on Amazon to be selling in, and that's going to get you, much better rewards.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I've got a good question here. Before I do that, I just want to acknowledge Sydney is jumping in. She's just getting her payment taken care of. Sydney, you will get the bonuses. The same goes for Indrik right when we get you, you're taken care of. So if you guys are having issues with the payment, you can go to ryananddaniel.com/support, and we'll be sure to get that taken care of. Marius, regarding that really quickly, ClickBank as our processor is required by law to charge that, so we have to charge that. Unfortunately, it's just the actual law. There's nothing that we can do about it. If your business qualifies and things like that, on our invoice we'll have all of that information for you, and you can request that depending which country you're in as a reimbursement. So if you've got further questions on that, just let us know via support ticket. We will be happy to get you taken care of, and we'll make sure you get the bonuses as well. So that leaves 13 fast action bonuses left, so you guys know. Got a question here that was talking about ads. I'm just trying to remember who was asking it. Nina. Nina's asking regarding Amazon ads as Facebook ads, how much money do I need for the ads? So Nina, just really quickly, we don't focus directly on buying Facebook traffic, okay? While Facebook traffic can be really profitable for certain business types and it can help you with your Amazon business, we don't believe it's within kind of the core few key things that you should start with to really grow and expand, and you don't need it to make millions and millions of dollars. Now, Amazon ads, on the other hand, as Daniel talked about, are utilized for two key things. The first key thing is for testing. We're going to utilize these to test and figure out which products are the best for us, okay, and which search terms are going to be the best. When we're doing that, we're not spending very much money at all. I mean, very little money to make that happen, okay? Once we've done that, we've now got the data for the right keywords. So all the guesswork has basically been eliminated now at this point. Then we will start to run our Amazon ads to our real, highly optimized listing so that we can get great conversions. And we're utilizing Amazon ads and just spending a little money up front to get things going. But once you see how profitable those ads are, or you make some tweaks and adjustments what you need to do to get those ads profitable, that's when we start to encourage you to actually spend more, because if you're spending $1 and making 50 cents, or you're spending $1 and making $2, you obviously spend more. So we want you to be getting a profit on those ads. So every dollar that you spend, hopefully you're making more than that. And as you do, how many dollars would you spend? I mean, if you're spending one, making two, how much are you going to increase your budget? Of course, you'd spend as much as you can profitably. And so oftentimes that amount is, a little, sometimes it's a lot. It just depends. But the key here is we never want you to be spending money, a lot of money, unless it's going to be profitable. So hopefully that helps you, Nina, and we'd really look forward to working with you inside the Infinity Code. I got another question here that is asking, Daniel, this one is from, I think it's Joellen, is how you pronounce that. Sorry, Joellen. She's asking, isn't there already too much competition on Amazon?
Yeah, so with that, definitely not, because it's all about, how do you do this? Like, how do you figure out what to sell and things like that? And if you do what everyone else does, then yes, you'll get into basically, troubles because you'll choose to do what everyone else is doing. You'll face competition because of that, because you can't really, kind of see through the fog. You can't really identify what's ripe for the picking right now. But if you do know how to do that, that's the first step. Then you can actually identify something that you know is going to be a success, and there's plenty of these opportunities. But then after that, of course, if you then also know, an approach to selling on Amazon that's vastly superior to basically anyone else's, then competition isn't really an issue for you either in that regard. So not only will you never enter a space that's too competitive to cause any issues, but also you will have a system that's way superior to your competition. So you will just, blast past them. Competition is really not an issue for us in selling on Amazon.
Yeah, 100%. I just think oftentimes people think competition is a bad thing. I also think that competition sometimes can be a good thing, because when you see what we're giving you inside the Infinity Code, you'll see that you'll be able to blow your competitors away. So competition kind of becomes, a little non-existent at that stage, which is, very important for you to understand. John is asking, when does the next training start? The next training, John, is starting in just a few days. So we're going to be getting started with our group of the Infinity Code members here in just a few days and get this bad boy rocking and rolling. I've got a question here from Stefan that is asking, I just want to make sure when I invest, is there going to be any upsells or anything else for me to buy? This is a great question, Stefan, and thank you for asking that. We think it's really important to give you everything that you need inside the Infinity Code. Core training, everything that you see here today. We're not going to try and upsell you into some continuity or anything like that. You get what you need inside what we provide for you, okay? And, of course, at some stage, if you build your own website to go along with it, you'll have some nominal fees for your domain and hosting and stuff like that, and maybe some tools along the way. But we're giving you everything you need. Daniel and I are not going to try and upsell anything to you or anything like that, Stefan. So EVB is asking, since there is an actual value to the coaching and support, and first, thank you for recognizing that, because yes, there is a massive value to the coaching and support that Daniel and I offer. We literally charge people a minimum of 15 grand to do coaching and consulting with us. Does that mean there are some terms in our access to this? So here's how it works, just to recap. You're getting multiple layers of customer support and coaching. You're getting the full Infinity Code core training, where we're doing weekly live coaching calls with you. You can jump on those calls. You can ask whatever questions you have. We'll be there to coach you. We've got live Q&A sessions. All the coaching is done for you on there as well. We've got our 24-hour support desk, where Daniel and I are coaching people via email, answering their questions, working with them. Our team of experts are in there as well, training and asking, answering questions on topics that they specialize in. So you're getting not only from Daniel and I, but you're getting our experts on our team as well, who fully understand how to run and operate the business. You're also getting coaching and support from us, as well as our trusted advisors through the NDA Live event. You'll be getting access to us, as well as our trusted advisors and your other community members inside the Facebook community. So again, as you can see here, and of course, if you were to partner with us in the Ryan and Daniel partnership opportunity, and you qualified for that, you'd be working directly with us hand in hand to build a business. So there's a lot of coaching and support. We are fully committed to our Infinity Code members, and this is something that you're getting access to for a very long period of time. If we end up doing Q&A sessions 12 months from now, that's something that you'll get access to. So, that in and of itself is worth the investment, and getting started at only $597 today. You can get started and start working with us to build your successful physical products business. Okay, let's see here. We've got a question here asking about is of Infinity a software we'll be using? John, so no, we're not, the Infinity code is not a software or anything like that. This is our training program that teaches you everything that you need to be successful on Amazon. So hopefully that helps. Regarding live trainings and the live event, anytime we do anything that has a live component to it, if you can't make it, we understand that people live all over the world. You know, right now it's almost 3 p.m. for me. Daniel, it's what, like 5 a.m. for you right now, or 6 a.m. or something like that?
6 a.m.
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. in the morning for Daniel the next day. You know, it's April 9th there right now. So, you know, it really is important for you to understand that we are doing everything that we possibly can to make sure you've got access to everything that you need. So the live trainings are obviously recorded. If you can't make it, we get them within 24 hours into the members area for you to review, study, and implement. Craig's saying it's noon here. Welcome. Awesome, Craig. I've got another question here that's asking, how long will it take for me to get my money back? And, you know, this is a really good question. And Daniel and I can't make any guarantees, obviously, because that's against the law. We don't want to make any claims or something like that. But what I can tell you is from experience. So remember, when Daniel first got started with $268, it took him 1 month to generate. I'll actually go back and grab the exact amount because I don't remember it directly offhand, but it was $1,969.20 within his first month. Okay, then he went on to, within 4 months, generate over $78,917.61. After that, he started to scale his business incredibly. You can see here, the same month, he was able to generate over $7,567 in just one day. The day hadn't even finished yet. It looks like it's about 8 p.m. It hadn't even finished. He was still already generating that much in one day. Okay, so you can see that you can generate some significant money in a very short period of time. Now, of course, we're not guaranteeing that you're going to see those exact same results. It depends on the amount of effort that you put in, how much consistency you have, as well as the products you choose. But what I can tell you is that what we've done in these 12 components is we've put together everything that we possibly can to shorten your learning curve to make sure that you can implement and get things done and as quickly as possible and as easily as possible so you can start making money very soon. That's why we've included this number here, number 10, the bonus 30 days to 1K case study. In this case study, you'll see how Daniel and I were able to generate nearly $2,000 in sales in a matter of a few days. It's just absolutely amazing that the profit windfalls that this can make at will. And, you know, again, I just really want to encourage you that if you're on the fence right now and if you're wondering if this is for me, let me know inside the questions box. Just give me a 1 right now if you're on the fence. That way, we can do whatever we can to make sure we help you make the right decision for you, okay? We've got folks like, Christy, you're very welcome, by the way. We've got folks like Nina is on the fence, Ramesh is on the fence, John is on the fence, Mary, I saw one from Kelly is on the fence. So if you guys are on the fence, or excuse me, not Mary, Marie, I apologize. Oh, Marie's just in there, sorry. Marie as well. Let us know what specifically has you on the fence. Hopefully you can tell that Daniel and I are complete straight shooters, okay? If we don't think this is for you, I'm going to let you know, all right? I don't want you to invest in something that you don't think is going to be the right fit. But I just want to show you guys, while you're doing that and typing that in the questions box for me, I want to show you how this process works. When you go to theinfinitycode.net/Bill, here's what you're going to see. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you. 1 second. you'll go to this page right here, okay? And if you're wanting to utilize PayPal credit, what you'll do is you'll click on this one right over here. So you'll scroll right over the Add to Cart button, click down on your mouse, whoops, click down on your mouse here, and go to our secure checkout page. If you're wanting to use the PayPal credit, we'll click on PayPal. What we'll need to do is we'll need to input our zip code here and click on Pay Now. What that will do is it's going to redirect us right over to PayPal so that we can go ahead and log into our account and get started by filling in the PayPal details, okay, through PayPal credit. Now, if you're wanting to pay by credit card, let me just go back here for you. If we're wanting to pay by credit card, what we'll do is we'll just choose this Visa, etc. option. It should already be checked. We'll fill in our credit card details. Make sure you put in your best email address here, and you'll click Pay Now. After you click Pay Now, you're going to be redirected to our thank you page, which takes you to our membership registration page. You'll be able to complete your membership registration, and once you've completed your membership registration, you'll get access directly to our welcome video, the first lecture, the first training that you can go through, as well as getting registered for the official kickoff live training, which is starting in just a few days. Okay, so it's very, very easy once you get all of that set up. All right, let's pop back here. We've got some folks who are on the fence. Let's see what's going on. Ramesh is saying, I've got a lot of other programs I'm in, so time is too limited. I can certainly understand that, Ramesh, and you know, if you don't have the time, it's not right for you. You know, that's just it. Obviously, if you can't invest the time into the business, it's not going to be the right fit. I can tell you, because Daniel and I spend tens of thousands of dollars on our education every single year, what we have found is that whatever we're focused on, so Ramesh, whatever you're focused on building right now, if this can help you build that, then it will really help. But if you are too focused on that right now and this is sort of a distraction for you, it's not the right fit. But if you've been struggling to have the success that you've wanted and you don't feel like the things you're doing are the right fit for you, this may be the best thing for you. I'll let you decide that. I don't want to kind of twist your arm either way, but I want you to understand how we look at it so that hopefully you can learn and have a better understanding in the future on how to choose what's going to help you. Nina's saying, I'm in now. Awesome, Nina. Welcome. I think that's down to 14 bonuses, fast action bonuses left. You did get the bonuses, so you're good to go. We've got John here, who's on the fence because he's asking, helping us choose the right product which can be private labeled. Daniel, do you want to just kind of reiterate again in a short synopsis, so to speak, of how we help them choose the right product and how that actually moves into the go, no-go service?
Yeah, so, you know, first we're going to lay out, obviously, our process, which I covered in the webinar. It's really going to allow you to choose products that are near 100% guaranteed to be successful, because you totally validate and verify that before you make the decision to source it. You actually use our spreadsheet that auto-calculates everything for you. You just gotta input some data, and it will actually auto-calculate everything for you, including, you know, projected profits and everything. It's pretty amazing. But then, now as an additional layer of basically support and validation, you will actually be able to submit that opportunity to us. So Ryan and I will personally review it and let you know, whether or not you think you should go for it or not. So if there's anything about that product, something you see that, makes it not the best idea, you'll be sure to know about that, right? So it truly just maximizes your odds of success. You should already be able to choose the right product, but this will just give you that added layer of verification, and also this added confidence that this is definitely a great opportunity for you.
Yeah, exactly. Marius is asking, how often do you offer this? If I can't join today, when's the next time that approach? That's a good question, Marius. I'm glad that you've asked it. I answered in the chat, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew. Daniel and I rarely ever offer things like this. The last time we did a public training like this for folks like yourself was over 2 years ago. And we have no intention on, reopening this at this point. But if we do, I can guarantee you the price is going to be more, because you can get started today for only $597. With all the value you're getting, it should be 10 times that at a bare minimum. And so we're looking for more case studies. Not only are we looking for more case studies, part of the major reason we're doing this is we're looking for a new partner. And we know, again, the best way to find partners is to work with our students, folks just like you who have already hopped in, shown you're committed, shown that you can take action and implement the training. Those are the kind of folks that we want to partner with. Because Daniel, people reach out to us all the time about partnering with them, but our students are the ones who know our methodologies, our frameworks, everything that we kind of, how we tick and how we operate. So if you're on the fence and you're kind of thinking, oh, I can join, in a month from now or something like that, at this time, that's just not going to be possible. I mean, I don't know what the future directly holds, but, this is a very limited opportunity, which is why, again, we were talking about how limited this is. So Charmaine is saying, I'm in. Welcome, Charmaine. We're going to do everything that we possibly can to serve you. Just remember that Daniel and I are 100% committed to helping you succeed. Sydney is asking, can my partner attend training sessions? Sydney, 100%. If you're working with a partner on this, we want to make sure that you and your partner are on the exact same page. So your partner can go through the training. We'll talk to you about how, once you're inside the training, we'll talk to you about how you guys can both come to the NDA Live event. All of that stuff. We want you guys to be going through every single thing together so you can really make sure you're all on the same page and building your business the right way. All right, John, you're very welcome. Okay, let's see here. Daniel, we've got a question here. Nina's asking, Nina's asking, can I start with the 1K case study right away? Nina, you'll be able to get access to that here in just the next few days. We are finalizing it and actually making 2 very important updates for you. So we'll be kicking that off for you in just the next few days. You'll get access to it, and you'll be able to rock and roll with it right away. And like I said, I'm going to be showing you with the training and in video format as well as PDF how you can model what Daniel and I have done time and time again to be able to generate quick profits at will. Okay. Jerry's saying, Ryan, I'm interested in getting involved with the Infinity Code. Is the $597 the minimum amount to get started with the Infinity Code? Jerry, if you can maybe let me know, I'm going to answer a few other questions here, but if you can let me know if you're a U.S. resident, there might be another option. So let me know in the questions box, and I'll show you if you are. Okay. Craig says I got a roll, but thanks so much. Awesome, Craig. Really appreciate all these kind words. Here's a good question, Daniel, and maybe you can talk about how you address this, particularly because you're outside of the country. EVB is asking, won't we need to set up for, or I'm guessing she's asking, basically, what do we need to set up a business, get business licenses and EIN numbers and all these kind of things to get started?
Yeah, it's a great question. Absolutely not. So you can actually get started basically any way you like. With Amazon, you can sell as an individual. That's what I started out doing. And if your country, like if you're outside of the U.S. and your country has a tax treaty with the U.S., then you can utilize that. It's just an easy way to get started. Actually, you should recommend people start just like that because it's so simple. And then once you have some revenue established, then you can go into that stuff. Set up an actual company, and to get a tax number for that company. It takes like 5 minutes to just call and get that. So I mean, that's not that complicated, but I still recommend you don't go into that unless you need to, or unless you're sure that you have a business that you're serious about. But of course, it should be right away if you invest in this course, and there's no reason for you not to be successful. So it's really up to you, but I always say I suggest to keep it real simple, focus on getting started, getting the revenue coming in, and then you can set up a company.
Awesome, awesome. Very, very important for you to understand that. Again, it's you don't have to deal with all that at the beginning. You know, I mean, people overcomplicate it, and we help you keep it incredibly simple. So Sydney's saying that she's in, just waiting to get back from us on the support desk. We'll do that right after this, Sydney. Jerry, so here's Jerry. If you were wanting to, if you're a U.S. resident, you can apply for, if you want to get started for less than the $597, you can get started with the PayPal credit. So let me just show you again where you can learn more about that. If you come over to, let's go back just so I can show you the full process. If you go to theinfinitycode.net/bill, and which will take us right here, okay? Now we've got this PayPal 6 months, no payments, no interest if paid in full. You can pay nothing today and get instant access, okay? Now I've got a video here that you can click play and it will walk you through the whole process. But here's the gist, okay? Just hover over the add to cart after you go to theinfinitycode.net/bill. Click on that and you'll put in your, you'll click PayPal, put in your zip code, and click Pay Now. So I can do this here real quick for you. Click Pay Now, and I'll actually just, let me log in really quickly to PayPal. I'm going to not share my screen for a second, guys. I just want to show you, Jerry, how to make this happen. Daniel, can you just confirm you can't see my screen?
Let me just check that out here. Just a sec. Yeah, I can't see.
Okay, so let me grab my PayPal info here for you guys and get in there. I just want to show you again, Jerry, how this is possible. And guys, if you're still on the fence, we've had a few more folks jump in. If you're still on the fence, let us know inside the questions box just so that we can make sure we get your questions answered. I mean, you're still here, and we've been going for now over 2 hours. So obviously you have interest. Jerry, you should be able to see my screen again, and I'm just going to go ahead and log into PayPal. And once we get into PayPal, you can see here it's asking, do you want to pay with your PayPal balance, which maybe if I had the money to pay there, I could, obviously. But if I'm wanting the PayPal credit, if you're a U.S. resident, you'll see this option here, PayPal credit, okay? Now remember, this is PayPal's terms. You have to be a U.S. resident and you have to qualify. What you'll do is you'll click Apply Now, and what they'll ask you for is they'll, verify your address and put in a couple other details, and you'll click Submit, and they'll give you almost an instant notification whether you're qualified or not. And then if you are qualified, they'll tell you how much for, and then you can go ahead and click on, Pay Now, and you can use those funds to get started for nothing today yourself, and you're leveraging PayPal credit, and you have no interest, no payments for 6 months if paid in full within 6 months, okay? They've got all of their terms right here. You could click on that and read all of their terms if you've got questions on it. And of course, you're still 100% protected by our 30-day money-back guarantee. So even though you're using PayPal credit, if you've got questions or that this isn't the right thing for you, we can still, of course, honor the 100% 30-day money-back guarantee for you, okay? So Jerry, that should help you out and get you taken care of. If you've got further questions on that, let me know. So looks like you're saying you've got a PayPal account already and you see it, so you should be good to go. John is saying, hey, Ryan, I already paid. Awesome, John, you're in for the bonuses as well. Great. Really looking forward to working with you. And like I said, guys, we've got over half of you still here, and I've written down a couple more questions, but I just want to make sure that if you've got a question, if you're on the fence, let us know what your question is so that we can make sure to get you answered. I know that you probably have better things to do with your time than just kind of hang out here on a Saturday at 6:16 at night Eastern Standard Time, or 3:16 Pacific, or Daniel, almost 6:30 in the morning the next day. So we want to help you out. So if you have something that needs answering, let us know. And again, we'll get you taken care of. So the next question I see here is, what makes us different? And I'm assuming you mean from just other people that are talking about Amazon. And this is a great question, okay? So first off, we are providing you everything that you absolutely need to be successful with selling on Amazon. We are not, going to offer you all these other upsells right after your purchase and all that kind of stuff. We're giving you the keys to the vault right up front. And we're giving it to you at a price that is an absolute no-brainer. I'm talking, again, you can get started for only $597 today. No-brainer. There's courses out there that try and charge you almost 10 times that to be able to get started. Absolutely ludicrous. We want to make sure that not only do you have the money to get started, but the money to invest into your business if you were to kind of go crazy and start buying a bunch of products. But we help you get started in a very low-cost, hybrid sourcing manner as well. Now, the other thing that makes us different is this is something that we've been doing for 4+ years now, and we've been fully committed to doing this. We've literally, traveled all around the world, going to China, visiting factories in China, visiting factories across the United States, meeting with suppliers at trade shows in Las Vegas, investing in trainings and masterminds all over the world to help us with our knowledge, hiring coaches. We've went to the Philippines to build offices to really be able to scale our business and learn the the intricacies of how to truly get the most impact out of every little piece of data. Daniel's worked on hiring over 150 people. We've expanded to multiple countries, places like Canada, the UK, Germany, and the list goes on. We've done that all through our businesses and our partnerships, all designed to help you learn more and build a really solid long-term business. So what makes us different is we're out there executing on this. We are not only proving that we can do it, we've also proven that the folks that we work with can be successful too if they take that information and really go out there and build a business. I mean, just take a look again at what Dan and Monica were able to accomplish. $50K per month in 6 months, and now generating $150,000 per month in their business. There again, he said, I'm blown away by the content in this course. Daniel shares every single step of his methodology, so all you need to do is implement it. Most impressive is Daniel has simplified and streamlined what most make complicated. We are confident we'll double our revenue and profit within 12 months using this methodology. You can see here generating over $123,000 in 1 month, and an additional almost 18,000 pounds in 1 month on their UK account. Or folks like Audie, who quadrupled his 7-figure business. I mean, you can imagine, say you're making $2 million. This would be now making $8 million, and he says he's well on his way to the 8-figure mark. Or folks like John, stuck at $3K in sales per month no matter what they tried. They couldn't break past the plateau. Within 60 days after starting to work with us, they were generating over $10,000 per month. And less than a year later, about $20,000 per month. You can see here $200K in 12 months. Ross and Sarah sold their business. 0 experience to selling their business in 18 months. Absolutely incredible. Remember, you're getting all 12 core components today. The fast action bonuses, you've still got a few spots left. Plus, you're getting Bill's 2 special bonuses as well. Let's see here. Jerry, let me know if you're having, once you've gotten in as well, and we'll make sure you're good to go. So, Jerry, you're going to go to theinfinitycode.net/Bill. So it's theinfinitycode.net/bill to get started. Okay, let's see here. This person's asking, can you talk a little bit about profit on what you earn? So if someone's generating, say, $150,000 per month in sales, what's the profit on that? Daniel, talk a little bit about what kind of profit numbers we look for in our actual business.
Yeah, so we always want at least a 30% profit margin, and we do that calculation before we decide to source something to make sure that we get that. And that's taught us at the course exactly how to do the math. And in fact, that spreadsheet I mentioned will do the math for you. You just need to do a little bit of research. So you make sure you have at least a 30% profit margin and at least about $5 in profit per sale or more. One thing we do recommend as well is you keep your mind or eyes open for higher priced products so that you can actually make, $20 plus per sale. And you could have, literally 100% profit margin or very high profit margin. So that's also, so that's all really a part of the training to make sure you don't do the wrong move there. Make sure you have the profit you need inside the business to actually, make a lot of money.
Yeah, 100%. And to give you an example, EVB, very specific, there's a product we're looking at launching next month. And we're going to be launching it in a very unique way that we'll actually be covering inside the Infinity Code training. That product, I've been doing all the sourcing for it, and we're looking at a price point about $6 to get everything for that particular product. And we're really going to the nines on this one, making it absolutely beautiful with amazing packaging and everything. Everything about $6, okay? We're going to be selling that product out the gate for $39, okay? So you can see that the actual margin on that is very, very high. So even after any fees or advertising or anything like that, we'll be making a very, very good profit on what we're actually selling, okay? Looks like we've got Rahim has jumped in. Really appreciate you jumping in as well. Carl, if you're having issues with that, just drop us a support ticket and we'll make sure that you can get taken care of, okay? And if you're having issues logging into that, okay? I did see a question here that I think we might have accidentally skipped. Let me dig back through it. Okay, yes, Sirium Ayer. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name there. I really apologize. Says a really sincere question. Why do you share this? You can make money on Amazon off these products yourself. Why grow more competition? Or is it there's more money in helping out people selling on Amazon? So first off, there's definitely not more money in helping people sell on Amazon. So that's one thing for sure. Obviously, we do it to become more successful. Of course, we are turning a profit by helping you, but Daniel and I, at this stage in our lives, get an immense amount of value from helping other folks build their business. One of the core kind of value principles we live our lives by is the golden rule, which in my mind is treat people how you want to be treated. And in business, we want to mentor and help others grow their businesses because that's how we've been able to become so successful. We didn't go at it alone ourselves. We've had all different types of mentors along the way help us. I've been following one particular mentor, Robin Sharma, for over a decade now, and he's dramatically impacted my life, and I want to make that same kind of impact in other people's lives. But there's also the opportunity for us to partner with our students. We've seen what's possible in helping other students build multiple six-figure businesses, 7 or even multiple 7-figure businesses as well, where we are partners on that. So obviously we are getting, significant revenues from those businesses as well. And that's something that we're seeking out. Lastly is that we have found, and I'm sure you found this as well in your life, whenever you teach something to someone, you always have a better understanding of it. I don't care if it's teaching someone how to drive a car, teaching someone how to go rock climbing, which is something that I absolutely love to do, or teaching someone how to build a successful business. Every time you do that, you always become more of a master yourself. And that's why Daniel and I are continually looking at the opportunity to help others just like yourself, because it enables us to master our craft at a much higher level. Rihan, the link is theinfinitycode.net/Bill. You can see it right here on the screen. We've got it inside the chat for you there. I'll add it inside the questions box for you as well. theinfinitycode.net/Bill. And you can go there, choose your investment option, and get started. Let's see. You're welcome, EVB, and let's see here. So guys, we'll wrap this up here in just a few moments. I just want to welcome all the other folks who have jumped in. We're now less than 10 of the fast action bonuses, so this is kind of your last call. If you've got a pressing question, if there's something that we have not answered for you and you want us to answer that, now is your chance, or forever hold your peace, as they say. Daniel and I, again, and not to kind of toot our own horns or brag, but we've been incredibly successful combined. We have almost 20 years of experience online. It's not very often that you can get two folks who are taking time out of their schedule and are doing this kind of Q&A and really able to help you. We've been doing the Q&A now for, I mean, almost an hour, at least 45 minutes. So we could have easily wrapped this up much earlier, but we're committed to making sure, because you've dedicated your time, attention, and effort to being here, we're making sure we get all of your questions answered. So last call, if you've got one more question, give me a 1 in the question box so I don't close it out on you while you're typing it out. And otherwise, Brent, okay, otherwise we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Okay. Brent is asking, is it correct that you do not have to keep an inventory? Products are drop shipped. Brent, yes, you are shipping all of your product directly into Amazon. Amazon is the one that is going to be shipping that out for you. So it's not technically that they're drop shipped, but Amazon is going to be shipping them on your behalf. And yes, you won't be keeping them at your home or anything like that. Indra, you're very, very welcome. Look forward to working with you in the program. Let's see here. Vernon, I understand, let us know if there's something that we can do to help you out. Our support desk link is inside the chat there for you. Indirect 5 different markets. We've been involved with 5 different markets. Very welcome. All right. So one last chance, and then we'll wrap it up. I don't see anybody else tossing in a 1, so I just want to say thank you again so much for your time, your attention. Remember, the link is theinfinitycode.net/Bill. You're getting a total value of over $43,154 when you invest in the Infinity Code today. You're getting the 8 core components, plus our bonus NDA live event and our 3 fast action bonuses, which only have a few spots left: the 30 days to 1K case study, the GBSS method, the Ryan and Daniel partnership opportunity. You're getting all of that, plus you are getting Bill's 2 special bonuses, which a quick recap is the exclusive insider interview at $397 value, as well as the traffic kickstart mini course. You'll get all of that when you invest today at theinfinitycode.net/Bill. theinfinitycode.net/Bill. Christy saying thank you for your time and this fantastic opportunity. You're very welcome, Christy. Really looking forward to working with you. Okay, all right, and we will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we look forward to working with you. Thanks so much for your time. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.